Hello everyone and welcome back to another book review. Today I am going to be reviewing volume 31 in the series Komi Can't Communicate by Tomohito Oda. I have been reading this series for a while, as you can tell by the fact I am on volume 31, and this is one of the newer releases, so I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on volume 31. So in volume 31, we've kind of clearly established that Tadano and Komi are dating. There are two main characters, and this is kind of a summer, relaxing, fun episode. But our two main characters are also in their final year of high school, so they have to start thinking about things like college. There's, as usual, a couple little story segments in this volume. So we have a summer festival in which Komi and Tadano go, but they also wind up running into a ton of different friends and people that they know from school at the festival. So it's not really just them. And they make plans for later in the volume to go to a summer festival by themselves. We also have some moments where they being Komi, is going to people's houses. She also winds up going to this temple. So it's kind of like relaxing summer vibes and just hanging out with friends. Then we have what's probably the featured story, which is what's on the cover, where Komi and Tadano go to a summer festival, a smaller one by themselves, because they kind of felt maybe like their date had been crashed in the first part, and they wind up going by themselves and having like this cute date, even though they do get rained out. And then there's also a section in this book between the summer festivals where Komi practices her college interview. So there's a college interview that they have to attend, and Komi, by the title Komi Can't Communicate, struggles with maybe public speaking and speaking to strangers. So she has to practice her interview, and we start to realize that this is going to be a bigger thing as high school winds down. So, Komi Can't Communicate, volume 31. Overall, this was an okay entry, I will say, in the series. I think the series struggles when they start to get too many characters on screen at the same time. That's what I think. That's my conclusion that I'm coming to, having read a lot of these. I personally don't mind that there's a wide cast of characters. I think you can then kind of pull from this core group of people to cycle in and out as you want to cycle characters in and out of your story. I think that's fine. A high school normally has a lot of students, so it makes sense that maybe you focus on some of Komi's closer friends, but there's also these other people that you just know in the school who come in and out of the story as is necessary. But when the author tries to get too many people on page at one time, I feel like it gets really confusing and chaotic, and it kind of loses the plot or loses the storyline, and it loses some of the closeness, and I don't know if intimacy is the right word, but it loses something when there's too many people. So I feel like the first scene when they were at school, or they were at the summer festival, kind of got overwhelming. There were a couple scenes where the story zoomed in on maybe just a couple people, and that became better. But I really think when the author tries to incorporate too many of these people into one scene, it gets really chaotic. So that's something that I think is a continuing and ongoing weakness of the series. However, in these other scenes, it tends to be a lot better when there's just one individual. Like when Komi and Tadano go on their individual date to the summer festival, that is fine. When Komi is at this temple by herself, it's fine. Komi going to the interview process, that's fine. It's when there's too many people on screen that it starts to get chaotic. My probably unpopular opinion of this series is I don't think Komi and Tadano are even my favorite characters. I think my favorite character is Manbagi. I really do. I like the fact that there might be a little something going on with the boy from the soccer team. I like her attitude. Maybe I see a lot of myself in her. She's kind of loud. She's kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say strange, because then I feel like I'm calling myself strange, but I'm probably considered a little strange. Let's be honest. I think I see a lot of Manbagi in me. I don't do the crazy makeup, obviously, but there's just a lot of her personality that I see, very like exuberant in a way that Komi isn't. And Komi is also great for her own characters, but Manbagi has this scene at the end where she's doing a video application for her college, and she's trying to go to, it's like a beauty school. She's trying to get into vocational school, and her scenes I feel like are funny. I really look forward to seeing Manbagi, and I really hope that in volume 32 she features heavily, because I really like Manbagi and I want to see more of her. Anyways, that is my brief introduction and review of volume 31. Let me know if you thought that the series suffers from the same problems with too many characters, or if you like having all those characters and how crazy it is. Let me know what your favorite part of this volume is. I would also love to hear that. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.